understand the concept behind this now and somewhat abuse it to an extent. But for the love of common sense,
this one teed up and we are underway here at TNT Stadium.
Run off. Now I always the option
and he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
Playing. I don't know if that's a PlayStation, but you could probably think about adding something like that in the option as well. Now, even that work express
they should run with 3 tight ends here on
so when
down.
you win, they kick you out of the lobby and disband your team. But when you lose, they try to lock you back in with such the same cash hammer this company is in. So it seems like it doesn't work if it's on the bad side, right? With this crazy. But let me know if y'all been experiencing this case. That I don't know how to look at it. I understand why they tried to stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run. Because if you run solo and try to do squad, you're not running solo anymore. You're pretty much running a squad. Now, it might be a 4-man squad level, but at least there's a place for that. Now, the problem is it doesn't have an option.
Once more on second down.
Great, so while you're in there, you might want to start a message.
I know his ass running right now, so I know your ass running.
You want to the next
No, not
game.
at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Why they're doing this?
They'll look to
Why
avoid it, only throw it out here on 3rd and 4.
So anyway, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all know what your boys, they're going to always put y'all up with games and keep y'all up to date on everything. In this weekend community. That's the first time to the top, make sure
going out of bounds.
get your boys to
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 28 yards to
on
play.
the way. That's the first time I just get
Play action, it's Brady.
your boys get more up. That's love.
Finding Otten once more. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the gun, Fournette. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
Looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play call.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Your turn, hashtag undisputed lock 2
yards away.
first week
And
from
the Bucs
Eric.
are on the board first here this
Sean preparing
afternoon.
to deal with Skip and Michael.
He's still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and adding a touchdown to the list.
True
How do
story.
you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages,
Skip yesterday
maybe change who's
glorious
guarding him.
Cowboy win. I don't know if you go that far, but I think that's Rodney and Caddyshack.
Extra point
I feel so confident. Yesterday he didn't even join
score 7-0.
Really? Well, I had to. We shot the commercial. I had a 3 a.m. show. I used to see I was young. And he knew what was happening. He knew what was coming. It's going to be a route.
The Bucs ready
Final
for the
tweet
kickoff.
says,
And here we go. It's
Michael
in the
Irvin
air.
said, I'm trying to see with all 5 eyes, the 2 in my hand and the 3 in my
Deep in the
name.
end zone, he's going to bring
And
this
this,
out.
this week says, even on a lane track,
Shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, with 5 eyes. I'm looking. Yeah, look at all things.
Yeah. You're seeing Super Bowl.
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm telling you
So
now.
Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10
Speaking of Las
at their own
Vegas,
18.
Antonio Pierce last
He
night.
can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the Jets in a wild finish, 16-12, thanks to a late interception by emerging Raider playmaker Robert Spillane.
And give their teammates time to fight to the
Keyshawn, what
ball
is
and limit that
Antonio
game.
showing you so far?
Well, Skip, he can lead. He can lead a group of men.
Yeah.
Not only players,
The
but
last
also
run
coaches
got
on
a
the
couple.
side.
Here's 2nd and
they are
8.
following him. Okay, let's not just look at these 2 wins and think, oh, well, it's the Giants, oh, well, it's the Jets. Well, the Jets got a good football team. Quarterback just bad at times, but they got a good football team. And when you're taking over
Play
something
action
like
now. Prescott.
Antonio's been
George steps away.
Energizing.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
You got Devontae Adams just happy to be a Raider right now. He doesn't care about how many touchdowns and this, that, and the other. He's happy to just be a Raider. Dance in the locker room, just chilling. It's a different energy level that's there. And I know when you look at the schedule, they got to go to Miami and they play Kansas City.
Even if you don't score
ready to get a hoops up right here. And then let's say they move these games. These next couple games they do. Okay, you are going to be up against it no matter who the damn coach was because they have a better team than you. But if he goes in there, let's say he splits for whatever weird reason,
whole game left to clean
that's
that
a
up
plus.
and start clicking.
Okay, if he could, as I said, when he took this job over, if he could just be 500 the rest of the way, there is no question. In my opinion, the 2 wins alone is no question that he should be the long-term answer at the head coaching position. Give him an opportunity, a chance to bring in his own people, to strip it down to the degree that he wants to manipulate certain things the way he wants to. Give him that opportunity because what's going to happen is you're going to hire somebody if it's not Antonio, and they going to do it. They're going to bring in their own guy. They're going to bring in their own man. So you know what the players love is going to play for him. You might as well just say, you know what? He's my guy. I'm done.
That's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
We started with this 5 eyes thing. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what I saw
After the
here.
INT, it's
This
Brady.
team is not talking to the football world. That team
And
is
he
talking
doesn't
to
quite make it, taking it within an eyelash.
everything I heard in that post game told me the camaraderie that they now have in that locker room is
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
This is real football. This is real.
They'll give Fournette another crack, and he's in. Touchdown,
They were
Buccaneers.
telling Mark Davis, this is
Leonard
what your dad
Fournette
always
taking it
talked
in
about.
from 2
The
yards
Raiders
out.
way.
And the
Don't
Bucs are
bring
off
me
to
no
a
more
13-0
of this
first quarter
Patriot way
lead.
stuff. Leave all that out of here. Because then I started thinking, I heard it too many times. Football.
Extra
The
point
pockets
up
in
and
that
good
locker
by
room
Suckup,
was the
and it's
battle
now
between
14-0.
football. And you're like, oh, play the Patriot way. That was the battle. That's why I was so poor. I can tell you right now, that was the battle. Because they're spilling. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. They were speaking out of their heart.
Send down to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They asked about Antonio Pierce. He says, he's the real coach. He coaches the Raiders way. That's the
And
only
no
thing
thought
that
to
will
bring
be
this one out. He'll just go down to
the
a knee,
Raiders way.
and they'll take over at the 25.
You hit it. Don't mess around. I don't care how these 2 games come out. Maybe they won't win either one of them. You said split. They may not win either one of them. But what you will see is they're going to be
Dallas
tough
offense here
games.
set to
You
begin
ain't
the
got the
drive.
talent to win.
And they're
You
in the
just
early
want to see if
hole.
you
The
got
first
the
drive, they
heart
threw the
right
interception.
now.
That
If you
led
got
to a
the heart, you
touchdown.
got a
So
nucleus or
decent-sized
something else.
deficit
You
early
talk about
on.
what
It
Deion
is,
did in
but I think you hit the key
Colorado.
words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Going to gain a 19, and it moves a chains.
They didn't pick the right dudes.
And go like I said, you talking to somebody.
No. I put Deion in there. I did all that on purpose. They call that purposeful stupid.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA
They just
Sports.
said they're not relevant. They want to be relevant, and there's the man that makes you relevant. So I'm not saying that, but I'm just talking to you. That's what they're talking about. That's what Deion brought instantly in Colorado. When we talk about the Georgias, we talk about the Alabamas, we talk about Colorado too. And them saying, well, we want to be in that conversation, and they're not. That's what I'm so funny. I didn't even break off in all that, but it's real.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. It's time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll throw again. Prescott. He finds his man. That's Ferguson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 14. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
is celebrated here by many current and former NFL players that want to see Mark Davis do
He's going to let this go in zone for Hilton.
And
this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds.
There's not one person that I know that on any of these television shows that a former player said, well, he breaks the job. Nothing, because everybody wants this to happen.
I don't know him as well as you do, but I know him pretty well. I believe heart and soul in his ability to, as Michael said, lead men. He was born to be the coach of this team. He was born and raised in Compton, South Central LA. But the Raiders were the LA Raiders. This is the perfect fit. And you saw a very different Raider team last night. That was not an easy game. That was late in that game, Zach Wilson started to play the best football of his NFL life. Because he made a couple of throws. We have time. I'll show you quickly. He made one no-look sort of cross-body flip pass. Right. I'm saying,
it's complete. This is going to lead to another first down as this is made at the Bucs' 27-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
What you got, kid? Dropping a lot of things. And he makes a
first down throw for Prescott.
That was
incomplete. Physical play on the football there in second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not winning for him.
Let's make sure you bat it down or nothing. You
just got to get up. If you're going to be that dude for that team, if you're going to be the new number 19, and I'm speaking to the guy across the table for that team, you have to come down with that because you got both hands up high. And if you make that catch, we might be having a little different conversation right now, right? Okay. And then what happened on the next throw? This kid that has been blessed by Antonio Pierce as the leader of the defense, that's bounced around the league, and he was undrafted.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
There you go. And this is the man that Antonio has christened, has said, you are the leader. Look at this. In his ear. And this gives me the cheer bumps and takes me to the Dion. And let me tell you why. You talk about this kid bouncing around. Yeah. This kid, let's go deeper here. I look at football games like this. I love this game because I won these teams won.
After the incomplete pass here now is second and 10.
I love the story that's going on in New York, too. You just mentioned how Zach Wilson looked like Aaron Rodgers. I said, man, I would have loved to see Zach Wilson have a year watch Aaron Rodgers. I saw him been good for Aaron Rodgers. I wanted to see the rest of it. You know what I mean? And I love that Aaron Rodgers.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, falling like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with third and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stepped down the line of scrimmage.
Now on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Man, go through and say, this is your team. You are ours. So
the kick by Moore is good.
Boo-boo as hell, nigga. We not worried about you.
So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right now.
To get them into the playoffs right now, Houston sitting in the 7th seed at 5-4, where the Raiders are 5-5 with tough stretch to come. But you just never know. That would be a beautiful stuff.
All right, up next. We've come this far in the season. Now the NFL starts to see dot.
You make the Cowboys.
And that will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start at the 25.
That ain't my team, nigga. I just picked their ass. On the 100. They going to the Super Bowl, though, so.
Their next possession. Right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
You can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you...
That's caught inside.
I'm not giving you that.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
so it's been a highly
That was nice. I give you
regarded
that.
one
That was nice, though. That was nice.
Quick
What were
strike
the
of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that
Obviously, everyone's list is going to be different, so let me know your agreements and disagreements in the comment section. First off, let's establish award, so that's the only part of the season I'll be factoring into my list. Regardless of how well a player did in the postseason, it won't factor into his ranking on the top 10 list. Just like traditional MVP voting, I will also factor in team success into the rankings, especially in terms of how much that MVP influences team success. So now, before we get into the meat of the list, these are my honorable mentions. Wilt Chamberlain in 1960, who put up monstrous numbers in his rookie season. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, formerly known as Lou Alcindor in 1971, Michael Jordan in 1991, Kevin Garnett in 2004, LeBron James in 2009, Russell Westbrook in 2017, and Giannis in 2020. I'm sure some of you are already upset, but the show must go on. Number 10, Larry Bird in 1985. This was right in the heart of Larry Bird's prime, as the 28-year-old did everything you would expect from Bird at his best, as he was arguably the best three-point shooter in the league at this point. His court vision and playmaking ability was among the best of the best, and he was a more than capable defender while averaging nearly 50 points a game. With his all-around lethal efficiency, Bird led his Celtics to a league-best 63-19 record, with numbers of 28.7 points, 10.5 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.6 steals, and 1.2 blocks on 52.2% shooting. He led the league in minutes. He was the second most efficient three-point shooter in the league, and the only guy ahead of him was Byron Scott, who shot less than half the amount of three-pointers that Bird did, and he was also 8th in the league in rebounds per game and first overall at his position. Larry came in strong, but these seasons are the best of the best, so he'll have to settle for just the 10th spot on this list. Number 9, Oscar Robertson in 1964. Other than Russell Westbrook in 2017, this season from Oscar was the closest anyone has ever come to a triple-double MVP season, as he averaged 31.4 points, 9.9 rebounds, and 11 assists on 88.3% shooting. Even in this prime season, he wasn't the most flashy player, but he was incredibly smart, fundamentally sound, and dangerous from the mid-range. He was second in the league in scoring, behind only Wilt Chamberlain. He led all players in assists that season, and he also led the league in free-throw percentage. He took his Royals to a 55-25 record, which was the second-best record in the entire league. It's debatable whether or not this was actually his best season from an individual standpoint, but it was his lone MVP, and it was strong enough to keep him into the next spot. Number 8, LeBron James in 2013. This wasn't quite LeBron's most monstrous season from a scoring standpoint, but it was definitely the most efficient version of the game that we've ever seen. He put up 26.8 points, 7.3 assists, 8 rebounds, and 1.7 steals on 56.5% shooting. That's basically really great efficiency for a center, but for a league player, it's absolutely astounding. This was also easily LeBron's greatest season from the three-point line, as he wasn't just solid, but he was actually in the league, as he shot 40.6% from the distance. On top of this, LeBron was an absolute force defensively, as the combination of his deep strength and athleticism allowed him to be a stout defender, whether he was on the lead or even a big in the post. He finished second overall in the Defensive Player of the Year race, and even that is somewhat questionable, considering the fact that the man who beat him only finished on the NBA's second All-Defense team. From a team impact standpoint, you can't question how pivotal LeBron's greatness was to his Miami Heat's 66-16 record, which included their 27-game winning streak, which is the second longest streak of NBA history. Number 7, Shaquille O'Neal in 2000. He's certainly the most dominant big man of modern history, and this season was where he was at his best. At this point, Shaq still had most of his athleticism from his Orlando days, but he also put on a tremendous amount of weight and muscle mass. There was little opposing defenders who could stop him. Sometimes they would hack him on purpose to make him see free throws, but the diesel was so strong that it often ended up being an end-one opportunity anyway. As he led his Lakers to a league-best 67-15 record, he put up 29.7 points, 13.6 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 3 blocks on 57.4% shooting. Not only was he dominant offensively, but he was dominant defensively as well, as his elite rim protection earned him the runner-up spot to the Defensive Player of the Year award. Number 6, Wilt Chamberlain in 1966. Interestingly enough,
Will Chamberlain's best statistical seasons were actually years that he didn't win the MVP. But even just his pretty good seasons are enough to rank him high on this list. Like this season, for example, as Chamberlain led his 76ers to a 55-25 record with powerful numbers of 33.5 points, 24.6 rebounds, and 5.2 assists on 54% shooting. Steals and blocks were not tracked at that time, but knowing Will, if they had been, I'm sure they would have been monstrous as well. Also consider how Philadelphia was one of the best teams defensively that season, and their terrifying anchor in the paint had a ton to do with that. He led all players that season in scoring, rebounding, field goal percentage, and minutes, while also being 7th overall in assists per game. There was very little that Will didn't do on the court that season. Number 5, Michael Jordan in 1996. I really don't need to elaborate much on this season from MJ, but I will anyway. His airness led the Bulls to achieve what was at the time the greatest regular season of NBA history with a 72-10 record. In my opinion, this was Jordan's peak in terms of his mastery from the mid-range, as his footwork was clean and precise, and his fadeaway appeared as if it was automatic. Jordan was also just barely outside of the top 10 in three-point efficiency, as he shot a lethal 42.7% from high distance. Throughout the season, he averaged 30.4 points, 4.3 assists, 6.6 rebounds, and 2.2 steals on 49.5% shooting. His 30.4 points led the league in scoring, and what makes it even more impressive is how he scored that many points per game when teams were averaging under 100 points a game. He was also tenacious on the perimeter as usual, as he would stay first team all defense, along with his teammates Dennis Rodman. It's far from his greatest season statistically, but from an overall impact standpoint,